What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's me, Isaiah, here with my favorite co-host, Mr. Moses Firmino.
What's going on, everybody?
And this is part 2. So if you haven't seen, we've already done NFC quarterbacks in this tier list. You'll get a vibe as to what this video is going to be. And this one is the AFC. So way more loaded.
The loaded AFC. Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man. Definitely check out the NFC video if you haven't seen it. And we'll probably do a full quarterback tier list closer to football season at some point.
Yeah.
But we're excited to dive into this. As you've seen before, we're going to alternate quarterbacks in terms of who says what. And then we'll hopefully come to a good compromise as to where we put them.
We're also going by division.
Yes.
So AFC starting in the East and heading west.
Yep. So I am starting, and I get Josh Allen. Starting off with an easy one. He's an elite top 3 quarterback, in my opinion, in the league. I don't really know what more to add. He's an MVP candidate. He's a great rusher. Has an absolute cannon of an arm. I feel like this one's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, the only thing I disagree with in your take is I have him in my top 5, not top 3. But still definitely an elite quarterback. Just hasn't gotten over the hump, aka Joe Burrow. And we'll see if they can do it this year. But they're kind of down, man. Lost some guys on defense.
Yeah.
They upgraded the run game a little bit by signing my boy Damian Harris. But we'll see what the Bills can cook up this year. It's going to be an interesting year, I think. For them. But
it's interesting. Like you said, he's got to get over the hump. The reason I can't put him ahead of Burrow, he's made it to a Super Bowl. You can't put him over Mahomes because self-explanatory. But that's the thing that's kind of the difference maker is he hasn't been to a Super Bowl yet. And this could be the season, but we'll see. I feel like elite, though, is obvious for this one.
100%.
Now you get Mr. Tua Tagovailoa. A little more difficult.
This is very difficult for me because, as we know, Tua when healthy is a great quarterback.
Totally.
And I believe that's where I'm going to put him on this list is in the great tier.
Wow. Okay.
The injuries, man. I was debating putting him in above average because of injuries.
Yeah.
I seriously think he's going to get hurt again. Obviously, I don't want to wish this on anyone, but just after what happened last year, I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
So I hope the best for him. Obviously, great talent. Could be elite. He's had his rookie year was probably an elite year.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go in the great tier. Zay, what do you got?
Yeah, I have him in above average only because of injuries, but it's tough because he is a really good quarterback, and you really got to see it blossom last season. Those first couple weeks, he was in legitimate MVP discussions.
Him and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle were just tearing it up. Dude. Yeah.
And I like Tua a lot. He's a very good quarterback. The injuries are just scary, but I'm cool with putting him in great for now. And then as those of you who saw the NFC video, we go back through and we re-tier it at the end to make sure everything's all clean. But I'm cool with putting Tua in the great category for now.
He's a great above average fringe, kind of like how we do it. The guys more toward the end are closer to dropping down. He'd be on that for me. So
that's totally fair. Now we've got
tough one for you, dude.
As a Packers fan, seeing him in that Jets jersey, it's pretty devastating. But he is coming off of a subpar season, an un-Aaron Rodgers type season. How much of that was him kind of wanting to leave? I don't know. It seems like he's wanted to leave for years, and in that time he was able to win MVPs. So Was that a sign of things to come, or is this restart in New York going to revitalize him to be back in that MVP convo?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like elite is probably where he belongs. He is older, you know, but I think he's on the lower elite spectrum of quarterbacks in the AFC is kind of where I'd put Aaron. Do you agree? Disagree?
100% agree. Okay. People who have been watching our videos know my take on the Jets and what I think they can accomplish this year. So this fits right into my agenda. 100% elite.
Okay. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Especially, I think Tua going before him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think Aaron and Tua are in the same tier. So,
no shot.
You know, I'm cool with putting Aaron in elite for now. But now,
but speaking of quarterbacks in the elite tier,
it's your guy, Mac Jones. You see it. You see it.
I've had this jersey since year one of Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I have been a Mac Jones believer for a long time. Bailey Zappi, he gave us some excitement. It might have tricked some Pats fans. I low-key won't lie. I was hypnotized for a few weeks. Man, Bailey Zappi might be the future. We might need to, I don't know if Mac can do this. Looking back on what Mac has done, he is an average quarterback. He's an average quarterback.
Yeah.
He's had first year, second in AP Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year voting, second to Jamar Chase, who had a historic rookie season. So understandable there. But I believe if Mac Jones can play average, limit turnovers, work the clock, be good in clutch situations, because if you have a quarterback that can do that, you're going to win 2, 3, 4 more games just like that, just by managing clock.
Yeah.
So if we can figure out how to do that successfully, competently, consistently, I believe the Patriots can make the playoffs with Mac being an average quarterback. Now, I was going to say above average, but that's just I'm fantasizing. I'm dreaming a little bit. I hope he has an above average season, because then even more confirmed I think we make the playoffs.
Yeah.
But average, that's where I'm going to set the bar. I think that gives us a good chance to be successful this season, Zay.
Yeah.
I feel like you agree with my take.
I do. I would say average. And I think a lot of people who would do this tier list would almost be blinded by a poor season last year and disregard some of the things we've seen from him in his rookie season and things like that.
He's solid. Like, he's a solid quarterback. He's young, obviously, still learning, but Max, he's good, man. There's a reason he was a first round pick, dude. Like, so
I'm cool with putting him in average. And who knows, like, he's one of those guys where I could see him getting replaced soon if he doesn't, hit the level that I think a lot of people expect him to hit, especially Patriots fans.
Yes. Patriot way.
Yeah, it's the culture of winning. You have to win. It's the same thing with the Lakers or a Celtics or the Chiefs at this point. Like, there are certain teams across sports where you are expected to win. And if Mac can't do that with Belichick still being the head coach, he's going to get replaced. But he's got a very fair shake this season to really solidify himself as the starter there long term. So I like him as an average QB.
All right.
This one is there's a lot to dissect with Mr. Watson.
Yep. Luckily, you get to do that. So good luck.
So it's tough, right? Because Houston, Deshaun Watson, elite, no doubt.
That
no
boy
doubt.
was
like a top 3 type quarterback in the league.
He was awesome with
but he
DeAndre.
But he's missed a lot of time since then. And what we've seen
for some reasons
that you can look up. If you don't know, you're living under a rock. So I'm going to put him, oh man, as of now, above, but he has the biggest ceiling of any of the quarterbacks in that kind of area, and also a pretty low floor if he's going to like continue playing like he did last year. So I like above with the potential to return to elite and also the potential to go down as one of the worst contracts in sports history.
Yeah, because he got a boatload of money.
All guaranteed.
Yep. So wait, don't we just like
I know
we just
replicated the same thing.
That was awesome. But no, I agree with you. In Houston, he was 100% elite.
Yeah. Easy.
Last year with the Browns, interesting season. Nick Chubb kind of kept them afloat.
Yep.
But I agree with the above average ranking. We set the bar with Mac at average, so
yeah. And it's tough, man. And this is absolutely one of those guys where if we were to redo this like 6-8 weeks into the season, all of a sudden we could say, yeah, he's in the great tier, or holy crap,
he's below average.
He is really, really bad. And this is the Deshaun Watson that we're gonna get moving forward through the rest of his career, which would be fitting for the Browns. But
back to the plastic bags and man.
So that's where I've got him, but obviously a lot of wiggle room both ways. So you get a little softball meatball right up the middle to just slam out of the ballpark. I mean,
and I want you to slide him in elite above Josh Allen.
Yep. Totally.
Like we talked about. He's made it to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Consistently putting seasons together. Came back from that tragic knee injury.
Yep.
That could have went a completely different direction with his career. He's lucky. He's very lucky that it didn't turn into something serious. But he's that guy, man. He gets the media attention for a reason because he's cold. He is cold. So
I agree. I think if I was ranking quarterbacks overall, he, in my opinion, is the second best quarterback in the NFL. I truly believe that. So
I might be right there with you.
Yeah. He absolutely top 3.
Yep.
Obviously, and he's been one of the only people that can give Mahomes real problems.
Yes.
So that alone, obviously Mahomes is the bar, and we'll get to him. But I think Burrow is one of the only guys where it's like, okay, no, he's a real threat to Mahomes year in, year out. So pretty self-explanatory. He's elite. Mr. Pickett.
Kenny.
This is a guy who I actually think can be a pretty solid quarterback in this league. Didn't have the best rookie season, but it's also hard to gauge a quarterback on that. So I'd put him in the same tier as Mac for now. I don't think he's below. But he also has to prove himself a bit more. He showed some good pocket awareness this last season, but he just wasn't able to click. I honestly think the scary thing for them is they don't have a lot of wide receiver depth.
Yeah, that's what I was going to add. The receiving room is kind of struggling at the moment.
They
got Pat at tight end, which is fire, but
they added Darnell.
Core. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Darnell Washington in the draft too is a big physical tight end. So I think you're going to see a lot of 2 tight end sets from the Steelers. I'm curious. I think he is, he's the only quarterback in his draft class that went in the first round.
Yeah.
And being a Pittsburgh kid, like, I
Super
totally
cool,
think,
yeah.
The traits are there for him to be a solid quarterback for years to come. But
yeah,
it's kind of like Mac, where there's also a chance he gets replaced. So we'll see. This is a big season for his career, though.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I could see him being as good as a great quarterback in this league at some point, but no, I'm right there with you, putting him in average right now. Tough first year, but sky's the limit for the Steelers, I guess.
I agree.
I don't really know what they got going on, but
nope. I mean, by default, the fact that Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season in his career, there's a reason for that. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time. Mm-hmm. So by default, like, Pickett is in a good system to where he could thrive.
Yeah.
But we'll see. He's one of the quarterbacks I'm most curious going into the season about, because I think he has the ability to really surprise some people.
Yeah.
But he also, in that same coin, could be a guy where the Steelers, if they're not impressed, move off him rather quickly. So we'll see. Now, this is one I'm actually really curious.
Big trust,
Lamar Jackson. I'm really curious about this one, Mo.
Lamar Jackson, MVP.
Yep.
Amazing quarterback, amazing mobility.
Yep.
Not a good year last year. Not up to his standards. I'm gonna go as to say that he is the best great quarterback right now. I think he's slightly fallen off the elite list, because he was there. He was right up there.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it was last year. Lost a little bit of his touch. It was just a little bit of an off year for them. So I'm gonna put him in great with the hyphen in there that he could head back up to elite with a great season. So
I had the exact same thing. I have him as the best quarterback in the great tier.
Yep.
And absolutely a guy who could win an MVP this season and be in the elite category. They've given him some more weapons to work with.
Yeah.
And so I think it's there. The other thing too is the injury problems, where
those have popped up a little bit.
It's starting to become a thing these past couple seasons, where it's like, okay, he's not a quarterback, knock on wood, who is going to miss a full season, but probably, barring, obviously, you can't predict ACLs, anything like that, but is he a quarterback who's only going to be able to start 13, 14 games?
I was about to say, get these little nicks here and there, out for one game, out for two games here. Yeah.
And if that's the case, then that does set a cap, because you're missing a quarter of the season every year.
Luckily, they have a really good backup in Tyler Huntley, but
the GOAT.
So, but still, for Lamar.
It's tough. And again, if he plays at the level that, like, he didn't have a bad season last year. You could just tell he wasn't right.
He was off. It wasn't 100%. Yeah.
So, I absolutely a guy who could end up in the elite category. But for now, I agree with you, and the best great quarterback that we put in the tier.
Yep.
So, next one, though, your
guy.
I love Anthony Richardson. I think he'll start week 1. I really do. This is a tough one, because I did say in the last video that Bryce was the only rookie I'd put in average. I think Richardson has all of the potential in the world, but I think there's going to be some growing pains. And he's a guy who, little teaser, I'm going to put out a solo video of as to why I think he can be an elite quarterback in this league. And I also think he's one of those guys where it's, you get a lot of casual fans who are like, oh, it's going to take years. He's nowhere close to ready. I think he's closer to being in a Pro Bowl caliber form than a lot of people think.
I agree.
But I think this first year is going to be a bit tough, at least those opening weeks.
Yeah.
I kind of want to put him in average, man. But
yeah, man. I mean, I'll tell you what I got. I wouldn't be opposed to putting him in average.
Okay.
I'm on the fringe, better below average, low end average. But if it's your guy, where I feel like the Colts are gonna have a pretty all right season, a way better season than last year.
Yep, totally.
Anything will be better than last year for them.
You had Jeff Saturday leading, and Packers legend, right? This isn't no slander,
but we're not hate yet, but no coaching experience in anything ever.
Unserious. So Shane Steichen being there as the head coach now was in Philadelphia, able to help Hurts, and you hope that those same trades can carry over. And Steichen said a really good thing too about Anthony Richardson, where they asked him, like, how long until he starts? How many weeks? Like, it's going to take him forever to get ready. And he was like, yeah, well, the only way the kid can get ready is by getting experience.
Playing through it.
He has to
look
play.
At Justin Fields.
Yes.
He went through that, and now he's starting to turn up. Now the Bears got a chance to be kind of good, maybe make the playoffs. But
yeah, it's the same thing with Richardson, where he is going to have a couple plays where you're like, oh God, he does not look ready to be out there.
But that's okay.
And that's normal. You expect that for any rookie quarterback. That is just a caveat. Like, very few rookie quarterbacks.
I'm willing to say, the college to pro jump in the NFL is probably the toughest in any sport. I think it's gotta be. They are just, I would agree. Them boys are bred different in the NFL. It's like, so it's gonna happen. It's gonna take growing pains, like you said, and but I think they still string together all right season. Average season.
I think so too. And Richardson too, he is a guy who is going to get Justin Fields treatment, where you're just gonna see a couple highlight plays from him that look like they're from Madden. That look like they're like AI generated pump faking, running out all the way to the right, running all the way out to the left, and then throwing, like, leaping in the air sidearm to a receiver 40 yards down the field, where you're like, how did that work? Do that? Like, that's ridiculous. And then you're also going to see times where he misses a receiver by 10, 15 yards who's open, and you're like, oh, dude, like, that was a gimme. Like, you got to take those. So I love Richardson a lot. I've been on record a lot that I'm a big believer. I think average is cool.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. You get the other rookie.
Yeah, man. You know, this is tough for me because I love CJ. I think he's ready to go. Obviously, he's going to be their starter. But I just think the Texans are 1 or 2 years away. Obviously, they got Will Anderson as well, traded up. I don't know if that was the move. We kind of touched on that.
Yeah.
They need some more pieces. They need to improve still basically every area. So with that being said, I'm going to put CJ in below average.
Yeah.
But I can see him being on par with Richardson, but I don't think the Texans. I think the Colts have a better team, better players surrounding him.
Yes,
that's better my system. Differential. Yeah, better system. That's my differential here.
Yeah,
so
I agree. And you touched on it. Stroud could absolutely, like, he is the more polished quarterback.
Yes,
than Richardson, 100%. But he's also in a worse system, and I think the Texans can beat. Like, the AFC is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the worst teams in the AFC could make the playoffs. It's that gap is ridiculous. So it's tough. It sucks to put him in below. but I just feel like that's likely what's going to happen. But I am excited, them being in the same division, that we're going to see them play twice a year, every year. That's going to be awesome. To see that head to head.
It's going to become a little rivalry type thing. So.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I hope so. As if the AFC needs more quarterbacks to
rivalries,
to blossom. But yeah, I think that's a good spot.
Yep.
Ryan Tannehill now.
This is I'm glad I didn't get this because.
So they did add, as of today, DeAndre Hopkins. So that's
big
nice. Big ad.
Huge ad, because they had Treylon Burks, and that was it. That's the only receiver I could name.
Yeah, it's
ugly Westbrook, Nikhil something West. Those are the two guys I could name.
Yep, and they had Robert Woods, and he's gone now. He's in Texan, so it's like that team they needed the juice. A sidebar before I answer this. The fact that Hopkins waited this whole time and was like, I want to go to a Super Bowl contender. I want to do all this. And this was your pick.
Hurts my soul, dude, that the Pats didn't freaking get him, dude. If we got one more receiver, like, obviously we're still wouldn't be doing anything, but I think if we signed him, I think we easily would have made the playoffs, too.
Yeah, that could be it. He is a difference maker at this point still. Even though he's older. So Tannehill does have a
pretty solid deal. Like, it wasn't like, obviously it's a little expensive, but it's DeAndre Hopkins. I'd pay that for a possible top 5 receiver any given year he's on the field healthy. So
yeah. I think though I'm going to put him in average. I think he's an average quarterback. He's decent. He's serviceable.
Mm-hmm.
But I am curious what they do. Obviously drafted Malik Willis last year and Will Levis this year.
Yeah, they got a little bit of a room built in there.
Yeah, this could be one of those things where the Titans start off like 1-5, for example, and all of a sudden, whoop, you're out.
He's benched. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
because this is the last year of his contract. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like Tannehill, but I'm not willing to put him in a Deshaun Watson tier or anything like that, even with Watson being, a little more iffy.
Yeah.
But Tannehill's cool. He's solid.
Yeah. He's solid. I agree with your ranking, average.
Yeah.
If they start out bad, I see him getting benched and him being done there and moving on. So
yep, totally. You get my guy now. T-Law.
I'm debating here. This is because I think he's an elite level talent, but I'm gonna go great, man. I'm gonna go great. I'm gonna slide him in between Lamar and Tua.
Come on, bro. There we go.
I maybe one more, because he had a great year last year.
Yes.
The Jacksonville Jaguars were really good.
Yep.
They got Calvin Ridley now this year. They got they're an exciting team. Watch out for the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're no joke.
Yep.
Give me one more year like last year, I'll probably push him up to the elite tier, but I think I just gotta slide him in great. Those are 2 other great quarterbacks that he's joining. I don't think I'm disrespecting him with this take.
No.
So
no,
that's where I see him.
I totally think that's fair. I think Trevor is one of those quarterbacks who I totally think could be a top 5, top 3 quarterback in the league. He's been incredible since his first start in college.
Yes.
Like, he is a special player. And honestly, not to harp on the college thing, he's probably the best college football player to never win a Heisman. Like, that is truly insane that he didn't in his time.
Yeah.
easily could join Burrow and Allen and is a part of this young generation of really good quarterbacks. I'm cool with great for now. I think him and Lamar next to each other makes sense. So now I get a patty cake softball. Don't have to think. Just gonna put him right here. Carried by Tyreek Hill. We talked about it. Last year they replaced Tyreek with Juju. Same, like that's the same
type
receiver.
of player. If he didn't have, dude, if Travis Kelce wasn't on the Chiefs, we wouldn't know Patrick Mahomes' name.
No, dude. Or Andy Reid. Like, wow,
Andy
man.
Reid. Like, I could probably be slotted in there. We'd win a couple rings.
So, anyways, yeah, no, he's the best quarterback in football. He's in a tier of his own. Yes, this is a little, as the kids would say, a little bit of meat riding, but
it's earned.
It's earned. He is incredible. I mean,
where's he at? You think he's top 5 already all time? Should we go 10 just to be?
He's 10 easy.
Easy 10 closing in on 5. Yeah.
I think he is. We look at Brady like God, obviously.
Yeah.
Because he's the undisputed GOAT of the sport.
Yep. No debate.
Mahomes is the only guy playing currently that can rival that.
I would have to agree with you, dude. He is just on a level as his own, as you guys can see right here. He's just every game. There's obvious, dude. He'll be down. I saw the clip of they were down against the Texans in the wild card playoffs. He's pissed off, throwing his stuff around. Second half, they come back, they win the game. Like, he's never out. You can never just like Brady. You can never count him out.
Yep.
There's very few quarterbacks, players in history that have that effect. He's one of them. So
yep. I completely agree. There's just something, it was the Brady comparison is perfect where anytime, it didn't matter if Brady was down. It didn't matter what seed they were. It didn't matter if they had home field. It didn't matter who was on the roster. Nothing mattered because he's so special that he can carry a team on his own. Mahomes has that same DNA. You lose Tyreek, who's arguably the best receiver in the sport.
And everyone's always, they're going to struggle. Kansas City, it's going to be a tough year for them. Wins the Super Bowl.
Win the Super Bowl against an Eagles team that was very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Like, that they didn't get lucky. There's no, they got lucky in the Super Bowl. Like, this team stumbled in, but they played the best team in the NFC and won. The kid is ridiculous.
Yep.
That's it. The fact we were able to rattle off that much when it's pretty self-explanatory says a lot.
Yeah.
So
100%.
You get my guy, Dynasty GOAT for me, 2-time Dynasty quarterback champion. Justin Herbert.
He's led your squad to a couple back-to-back rings.
He's an MVP to me.
He's an MVP to you. He's an MVP to his team.
Yeah.
And I think he is a great quarterback in this league. I'm going to slot him. Let's go above Tua. I think Trevor might have him beat, man.
Yeah.
I think Trevor's got him beat. What do you think? What do you think?
I would agree strictly because of the playoff game.
Yep. That is one of the worst. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, the fact that the Chargers lost that game. There we go. That we don't even.
So
dude,
I love Herbert, and I remember all of these people saying it wasn't Herbert's fault. It wasn't Herbert's fault that they lost, and to a degree,
not all of it.
Their defense literally gave up.
Yes.
I've never seen it. They just T-Law could do whatever he wanted to that defense.
picking
dissected
them
them.
apart. Yes.
Yeah, it was ugly, but
Mm-hmm.
Herbert is still a factor. Like, I don't get, no player is 100% excused.
Yep, you gotta put some points up, field goal, something, man. Something.
You went scoreless in the second half.
Like that's
so
you're part of it. You're part of it. Obviously, not all on him.
No. I love Herbert. Like, this is not meant to be a slandering, but in terms of the T-Law Herbert, strictly off the playoff battle we saw.
I almost forgot. Wow.
That's the difference.
I tried to forget that game. Yeah, 100%. That's basically all we need right there.
Yeah, but again, a great quarterback, could be in the elite tier.
Yep, easily. Just like Trevor.
Yep. So
he could win an MVP if, he has that ability.
Definitely. Yeah. So. He's a great quarterback. So I like him in the great tier. I get Mr. P-Star Jimmy
G, my guy.
Jimmy G in Vegas now.
Yep.
Has been to a Super Bowl. He, to me, is just a prototypical average QB.
Yep.
Just, if he's your quarterback, you're cool. You're cool with it.
Yep.
I love it.
Sorry. That's like 75-80% of his playbook.
Yep. And if
especially
it works,
with Christian, but I mean, I guess that'd be anyone's game plan. With
and now he gets Josh Jacobs in Vegas, so it's
probably going to be a lot more of what he's used to.
Yeah, so I like Garoppolo.
No hate. I've never understood the Jimmy slander. I think
it's stupid.
It is stupid. He's just a solid quarterback, man.
Yeah. It's because he's not flashy. So you don't get like, and the NFL Instagram account doesn't post Jimmy Garoppolo highlight tapes.
Yeah.
They don't do that. So, casual fans don't really see him. And when they do, when they hear like some of his stats, they're like, oh, well, he's overrated. He plays in this system. It's like, yeah, but he's still good.
Yep.
Like, to me, he's a prototypical average QB. I'd take him over Tannehill.
Yep.
Take him over Richardson and Pickett just because we've seen them.
I was also about to say, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tannehill's got to. At this point, I'd even put that. The Mac one is.
We can leave him there because.
Okay. Yep. We'll leave it. Yeah. No. He's fine.
Because yeah.
So the last AFC quarterback, Mo. I'm glad I didn't get this. Russell Wilson, who got dissed by Future again this week.
I missed that.
He lives rent-free in Future's head. I really, I got to be honest, man.
I missed it. What'd he say?
I'll have to find you talk about him for a second.
Yeah, I was about to say, as you're looking for it. Okay. I think that Russ, obviously last year for the Broncos, was a very disappointing, ugly season considering they signed Russ. They were excited, hoping for Seattle Russ, and they didn't get that. I believe Russell Wilson will come out, have a great year. I think he's going to be the best above average quarterback that we got. I could see him slipping back into the great. I don't know about elite. Especially with their weapons. They got Jerry Jeudy. They got Cortland Sutton still there. He's coming off an injury, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They have some solid receivers, but I don't know, especially after last year, give them an above average season. That would be a great jump, a very successful needed jump for the Broncos and Russ. So that's what I got.
Yep. The quote real quick on Future's new song with Quavo said, I got it out the field, F Russell.
Damn.
My thing is why are you still beefing with him, man? Bro is corny. Russ is corny.
Extremely. Mr. Unlimited.
Mr. Unlimited. I'm Mr. Unlimited. But yeah, man. I don't I agree with what you said in terms of football. I put him in above. I think, it's tough. I'm really curious what he's got in the tank. And obviously Sean Payton's there. So you have a real head coach, which is good.
Super Bowl winning coach. Yep.
Yeah, those last couple games of last season, it looked like he was piecing it together. So you
finally
hope
figuring it out. Yeah.
That, they can get it going. Because, for the Broncos to be as sorry as they were last year, if he does it again, it's a really sad way to end an amazing career, honestly. So
yeah,
I agree with the above. Now we can go about reorganizing
final
the tier
rankings.
list. Final rankings. Mahomes tier, check.
Check.
Elite. Mo.
Is it Aaron? It's Aaron, huh? I knew it. I knew you.
And this is a Packers fan, right? Like I'm not hating.
No, I know.
And he's.
I know. Zay, I knew this was gonna happen. Okay. We'd have to rescind our statement of Lamar being the best great quarterback that we have if that was going to happen, because I think he would have to be the best great.
I agree.
So, I mean, I'd be willing to. Zay, I think we do it, dude. I think we do it, and here's why. Those three guys above, they got some mobility still in them. They're still young.
Yep.
That I think that should elevate them a little bit. That's elite. They can still do it all. Aaron's a little bit older. He still could he'll still probably do a couple QB sneaks, obviously do his thing, but he's just not the same player, getting a little old.
Yeah.
I'm fine with having him as the best great.
That's what I think too, because it's not like he's coming off of a weaker season. It wasn't like, oh my God, like again, Aaron says it, but like a bad Aaron Rodgers season for most quarterbacks is a Pro Bowl season.
Yeah.
Like it's not like he threw like 28 picks and he only had 14 touchdowns and it was a complete disaster. He didn't have a Russell Wilson season.
Yeah.
But it did kind of highlight, he's getting a little older. Like, this was the first time where he didn't look like the Aaron Rodgers MVP guy.
Yep.
But he is still like, he could absolutely be in the MVP convo this year. So
100%.
I'm cool with great. Speaking
now,
of great,
I know it, and I'm down to do so. I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay, because I'll even put him here.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that's perfect.
I like Tua a lot. It's
injury, man. That's got to be the final thought, dude. If he's not on the field, we can't really rank him. So
and again, I hope he's healthy. I hope he's good. 100%. I hope he plays another 10 years.
100%.
And the Dolphins can.
He's fun to watch. He's actually fun to watch.
He is. Yeah, he is. The big thing, like the thing I remember Charles Barkley saying was when he was talking about Zach Collins and how he couldn't play because he kept being hurt.
Yeah.
He said your best ability is availability. If you aren't on that court, you mean nothing. I don't care how good you are. It's the Tua thing, sadly, that it's out of his control. But if you can't stay on the field, like it's scary that he's arguably a concussion away from being done with the sport.
It is very scary. Like, dude, I've never seen anything like last year. 3 times, same exact whipping. Like, it was the exact same thing. It wasn't any, like, it just, that's unreal. So wish the best for him, but
totally. And he could absolutely be in that great tier at the end of next season, and it wouldn't surprise me. But I also think the names in the great tier, it's hard to put Tua there.
True. As we get this final ranking, I'd have to agree.
Like,
he slots in better with Russ and Deshaun. Yeah, they're both solid guys. They're both all guys that could be great, but they have their situations. So
yeah. I think for the above, we nailed it. Do you have any disagreements?
Nope. I think that was perfect.
Yep. I think with Tua there, it looks a lot better.
Yep.
Average, it looks fine.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with our list, dude. I think.
Yeah. The Stroud one is tough.
It is tough because
Richardson.
I know. I feel like, and it's not. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, like we said. No. I just think like if CJ was on the Colts and Richardson was on the Texans, I'd probably flip them. But
I agree.
It's the team, I think, that's overall impacting his score, unfortunately. So
yep. And again, this, we like to clarify a lot, and this is not I think Stroud's gonna suck. No, I think he'll be a pro for a long time.
Yeah,
I think he can be a great starting quarterback in this league. But I don't know it, and who knows, dude? He could absolutely come out and ball.
Yeah,
but I like Richardson's odds. And the thing with Richardson is, if the passing ability can't quite develop, if it takes maybe a whole season or two, he, for one, can run his ass off.
Yep.
He's built like a brick truck.
Yeah, he's big.
And
stocky legs. Yeah.
Yes. He's quick. And the big thing, he has Jonathan Taylor behind him.
Yeah.
Like,
that's huge.
Just if you're Shane Steichen and Richardson, like, his confidence isn't quite there to air the ball out. You reduce the playbook. You say, hey, it's going to be a lot of read options, a lot of RPOs, a lot of QB sneaks. You just really let him build that confidence up with his legs.
Yep.
And then let the passing game come second to him. Stroud doesn't quite have that luxury. He has good running backs.
Good running backs. A little bit of scrambling ability, but
that's
Richardson's the more complete athlete.
Yeah. Richardson can, have the wear and tear on him to run 10 times a game.
Yes.
10, 11, like
with power. With some power, too, not just some little QB sneaks where, like, I see him, even though they're probably not going to want him to. I feel like he'd be the type of guy to initiate. I feel like he's because he's like strong as strong as shit, dude.
Yes. I think it's that. And at the end of this season, I could totally see Stroud being up in like an above average tier, and we've seen a full season and we're like, okay, it's there. Like the traits are there. I just think Richardson has more to lean back on if he does struggle. Where Stroud, I think if he struggles, he doesn't have the foundation in Houston that Richardson has with the Colts.
Yep.
So, I think that's the difference.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Two great quarterbacks. I'm really excited to see what they do, as well as Bryce Young and maybe Will Levis. So
no bad quarterbacks in the AFC, and I'd have to agree because, like we said, dang near the worst team could probably make the playoffs.
It's
like the AFC is ridiculous. So
it's insane, man. Like
I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen the conferences so one-sided. I think it's crazy.
Yeah. And the thing we kind of talked about too in the NFC one was Dak Prescott.
Yep.
And his placement in the great tier.
Yeah.
Where if he was in the okay, here's an interesting one for you because you are a big Dak guy.
Big Dak guy.
Where would you place him on this?
I'm going probably behind Fields. I mean, Herbert. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm going right behind Herbert, I think.
That's where I put him. So what? He'd be 1, 2, 3, the 8th best quarterback in the AFC. But in the NFC,
he's second. That's probably solidified.
Yeah. I'd feel pretty decent if someone came up to me and was like, Dak is the second best quarterback in the NFC. I'd probably agree.
Yeah.
Where in the AFC, it's like, dude, so you put him at 8, but then you have a Russell Wilson. You have a Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, man.
You have a Tua.
Tua is a debatable one too when healthy.
Yes.
I think I'd probably take Tua when healthy.
I agree. And then you have these rookies. You don't know what they're going to be.
Mac Jones.
Yeah. What if Pickett, takes this next step and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they're kind of in the same tier. Like, I'm not saying that Dak all of a sudden becomes like the 14th best quarterback.
Yeah.
But, dude, like the names in the AFC are stupid. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's our tier list.
It's the AFC quarterbacks tier list.
AFC tier list. Let us know if you agree, if you disagree, if there's a name that, you don't like in a certain tier. We'd love to hear it. But, it's time for the most important part of the podcast.
Best time of the pod.
Song of the pod. Mo, you got one for the people.
For the people, I do. Shout out Jem for reminding me of this absolute schmacker. Yeet for real. Oh my gosh. It's just for really has me in a different vibe, as get you moving. It's a nice little song. Zay, what you got?
I got for mine, I got some West Side Gun. Big West Side Gun guy, big Griselda guy. I've got Fly God Jr. by West Side Gun. Listen to I feel like for the past year since it came out, I have listened to it every day with Doughboy and DJ Drama.
That song just has me.
It's listening to that in the gym.
You're just like menacing. It's villain music, dude.
Yes, it's just so grimy.
You're just
incredible. So
that's a heater.
Big West Side Gun guy. You got the songs of the pod. You got the tier list.
Everyone, attack the week. Choose your Monday vid.
Come on.
We appreciate the support as always.
Yeah, of course. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace out.
Later, everyone.